Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, Ace, I got good news. I think your wife's going to be happy because Love Island USA is the top trending topic. So I'm assuming it has finally aired its first episode.
She was literally, true story. I had fallen asleep in the bed last night, and she woke me up and said, "Hey, I'm really trying to watch this, and you're snoring too loud. Would you go sleep in the other room?"
Oh, that's a value.
Yeah. So I got up and went and slept in the other room because I was snoring so loudly, apparently, that it was interrupting the premiere of Love Island at 9 p.m. Eastern.
So were you in the bed for the night, or were y'all just watching TV in the bed?
No, I was in the bed for the night, and I had dozed off right before Love Island began, and she was waiting for it to come on right around 9 o'clock, and she kind of woke me up and said, "Hey, I'm having a hard time here. Would you mind going in the other room and sleeping?" And I was like, "Sure, no problem."
And the TV in the living room is broken?
Well, she'd already gotten in the bed.
So?
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to sleep.
Well, I just got up and went in the other room. It's fine with me. I don't mind at all. I kind of enjoy it.
You stand your ground, Ace.
Yeah, if you want relationship advice from Rob, he's like, tell her to go get a hotel room.
Right.
I need to sleep.
I'm good. I don't mind at all. It made her happy.
Rob's a boss. Sad
It
news.
made her happy. She hit me in the forehead with a bat.
Well, but on the
Because
upside,
I was snoring.
when the baby woke up later, I didn't have to get up with the baby. She handled it. So there was the plus.
That's a worthy trade-off,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, it's a very worthy trade-off.
How is that a trade-off? That's what women are supposed to do.
Okay, continue. Next.
All right, that was TJ. That was TJ.
I'm just kidding. How about that part?
Yeah.
Kind of sad news. Billy Ray Cyrus and I'm heartbroken. He's asking a judge for an annulment.
Yeah, because it'll be he'll be out of it quicker and probably won't have to split up any properties or anything because I think he's claiming fraud on her part, and when they do that, they'll say whatever it was. It's like irreconcilable differences, some sort of a non-meritable behavior or marital behavior, and then the fraud part because they claim that if he would have known this, he wouldn't have married her. I think that's how Kenny Chesney and Renee Zellweger got an annulment.
Like, hey, had I known this before? Yeah.
Yeah, and it may just be a technicality to say it's fraud.
Yeah.
Because is anybody the real person that we married or we thought we were marrying? No.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good point.
No.
But I thought these two were going to go the distance. I did.
Well, you know what? We all did, Riggins. We all did.
Or fire rose. So, that's being annulled. And then Ace shared some shocking news right after the show yesterday, and now it's, national news. Joey Chestnut not competing in the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Joey Chestnut.
Because he has a partnership with Impossible Foods, but a lot of people saying this is a publicity stunt, which makes sense because Nathan's has offered an Impossible Burger at their locations for a couple years now. So they're saying if he actually doesn't show up on the day of the hot dog eating contest, then maybe it's something, but it's probably a PR stunt, a good PR stunt, but a PR stunt.
Because he was endorsing a meatless hot dog. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's an Impossible Brands is the company, right?
I don't know, but they said Nathan's is pretty friendly with meatless products.
Yeah.
So they think it's just a way to hype up the, Caitlin Clark being left off the Olympics, Joey Chestnut being left out of the hot dog eating contest. Maybe there's something there. So
That's about to be heated if he was really turning on hot dogs like that.
Yeah, right. That's what's now trending.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right. We've been screwing up again. We, anybody higher than Gen Z, we've been screwing things up. Now we can't even use the word sure in a text when somebody asks us a question because that's rude and it seems to be dismissive. And if the example they used in the article was a woman saying, I asked my brother if he'd like to hang out, and he said, sure. And then I said, oh, well, he's being sarcastic and condescending, and he doesn't really want to, so I don't want to hang out with him now. Mm-hmm. Sure, I guess it has to come with an exclamation point behind it, so it's not offensive. Do you deal with this, Ace, with a millennial wife?
I have been living this. Because that's a common answer for me. Hey, when you get home, do you want to go do such and such and take Dax to the park? Sure.
That means it's
sure.
even
Sounds good.
Stronger than a yes.
Yeah.
Sure is a word that means something stronger than a yes. So
she hates it, and has said to me, I really hate the reply of sure.
What's a microaggression?
And my point was, no, it's not. It's like dumb. I'm like, what? But I mean, sure. Let's do it. Sounds good.
Of course. Because you speak English. And here's the thing. I get that slang changes and that this somebody's always looking to second guess themselves or to be insecure about something or to blame somebody else for making them feel badly or whatnot. But you give the young people grace and go, all right, well, that's the way you do things. But in my age, in your age, Ace, I have reached a point where if I say the word sure to somebody in a text and they take offense to it, then that's a them problem. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. But I know it's different when you're married to one of them.
There you go.
But if I'm texting somebody and they ask me to do something or ask me, if I think what they're going to do is the right move or whatever, and I say sure, and then they say, oh my God, why are you being so whatever, like in a negative way, I'm going to go, well, I'm not, and that's the way it is. Yeah. That's the way it is. And what age is it that people normally get that way? Because I've been that way since I was 30 or younger even. Well, I'm sorry, that's not, that I don't care what you take from it. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
And just because you've got, crazies going on, I hate that you got that in your head.
Well,
but that's no way am I going to feel guilty for using the term sure, the word sure in answering somebody's yes or no question.
Well,
maybe I throw out of course a lot. I'll say, of course. But that's usually in a sarcastic way. When somebody's telling me something that's obvious, then I'll go, well, of course.
I was going to say that sounds more sarcastic than sure. I've never understood it. I've tried to adapt. Like, if it bothers you that much, I'll stop as long as you'll stop using the word yup as a reply in a text. YUP. I hate that. So I was like, fair enough. But sure. I mean, sure, yeah, let's do it.
See, I have a rule of not adapting to things that I don't understand. Maybe that's my problem.
Yeah. This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
There are a lot of things that we can point to in today's society and in the news that are negative, and things that are not the way they should be, or ways that our culture has slipped into, pretty much the gutter. But this is a good, wholesome story that I think more people should be looking to do these types of things. More city officials and people in charge of government program or government entities should do. I think maybe yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Juvenil's song "Back That A Up."
No way. That completely passed me.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Got away from me.
So Juvenile is going on I think he announced a tour or something in honor of his 25th anniversary. Which one is the 25th? That's not silver, is it?
It's silver.
It is silver.
50th ago. Yeah,
Okay.
I know, Rick. You're doing. I'm doing it too. Woman, when you
But
that's gonna be all day now.
here is where the government leaders part that I was mentioning comes in. I guess Mr. Juvenile is from New Orleans, Ace, our home state of Louisiana.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
from New Orleans.
Well, Birdman.
The honor Birdman's from Atlanta, isn't he?
I think they're all from Louisiana.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the honorable, prestigious Mayor LaToya Cantrell
Okay.
of New Orleans, highly decorated public official in a beaming light of how other officials should conduct themselves, has officially declared and recognized, and I have a copy of the certificate here, of in New Orleans the official Back That A Up Day.
Love it.
Are you for real?
What do you call that? A proclamation?
A proclamation from the mayor's office. It's Back That Up Day.
Love
it. Yes. Finally, Juvenile. Finally getting the recognition he deserves.
You've got to be kidding me.
I love that for you guys. I love that for you guys.
It's an official day in the city of New Orleans. Back That Up Day.
And
You're a big fine woman when you back
That's incredible.
oh my gosh.
it is spelled on the certificate AZZ. So at least
I was gonna say
that was
ZZ.
wasn't that the radio version of it? AZZ.
I thought it was either double Z's or the cash signs. I wasn't sure which one, but I'm glad to know that it's double
Wasn't it back
Z's.
that thing up on the radio?
Oh yeah,
Back that thing
up.
up. Look at where you're working when you back that thing up.
So kudos not only to Mr. Juvenile and congratulations, but what I would say is probably the best leadership I've seen in a while from a government official in the Honorable Your Honor Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Back that up. Are you kidding?
I don't know what goes with that.
Ceremony that they
Yeah.
read that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a certificate he's got on his wall now, like a diploma. I mean,
Love that.
so let that settle in for a second.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's
It
right.
Ding, it won't ding
Yeah,
your
no
credit.
dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
We tell you all the time, but not enough. I don't think that that you should become a member of Ace TJ Prime and Ace TJ Prime Plus for all kinds of reasons. If you're a member of Ace TJ Prime Plus, you get commercial-free versions of all of our podcasts. You get the political show that I do. You get Ace's the old stuff with classic Ace and TJ biddage and all of that kind of thing. It's well worth it. But in either one of them, you're going to get rewards, opportunity to win prizes. And, sometimes it's a T-shirt, and then sometimes it's a $100 gift card to a restaurant or something. And then sometimes it's basically gold in the form of meat, which is the case now.
Golden meat.
Yeah. Gold in the form of meat with Omaha steaks.
You get all this stuff in one package for the win?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the Father's Day gift package. 2 butcher's cut filet mignons, 2 butcher's cut top sirloins, air chilled boneless chicken breasts, caramel apple tartlets that are delicious, the filet mignon burgers, the jumbo franks, aka juiciest, most delicious hot dogs you've ever had.
Those are spectacular.
Steak fries, the Omaha seasoning, which is perfect to put on the steaks or burgers, and then 4 Omaha steak burgers as well in that whole package. That's the deal. Has somebody already won that, Riggins?
Not yet.
You got to go get signed up to get rewards. And if you are signed up, you got to do something.
Yes. You got to play Ace TJ Prime Rewards, and we're going to give it away on Friday.
It's a little game.
Yeah.
It's a little game. Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, that's really cool. Can't nobody else win that, though, right? We can't get a second one?
I don't know. Those
to win a barbecue for everybody?
Filet mignon burgers, those might be missing from your Father's Day package, because that sounds crazy.
I'm telling you, the filet mignon burgers are great, but those hot dogs
I know, we talk about that all the time.
They are spectacular. Omaha steak stuff is fantastic, but the first time I had those hot dogs, I was like, this is a game changer.
Yeah, you think, how good can a hot dog be? And you're like, oh, until you have this, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, hot dogs kind of much hot dogs.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. So good.
I'd like to shave them down and fry them instead of bacon.
I've seen somebody do that.
Yeah, that's how good they are. That's how good they are.
Make like an open face sandwich with some chili over the top of it.
Open face and chili. I like.
There used to be a place in the Alexandria Mall. Growing up as a kid, we would go, and that was my go-to. It would come as an open face sandwich, and they'd taken 2 hot dogs and split them and laid them open, so you had 4 slices of hot dog, and they would pour chili and cheese over the top of it.
Yeah. And that's the way they described it too. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna split them and we're gonna lay them open. Just like we do a squirrel.
Right.
Same thing.
We're gonna get the sharpest fillet knife you ever seen. We're gonna just lay it open right there. Okay, so acetj.com/prime. That's how you get get to be part of all of that stuff. acetj.com/prime.
Riggins and the top trending topics now trending coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. but we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Happy National Jerky Day. Happy National Jerky Day.
Jerky's gotten expensive.
Jerky's crazy expensive.
Hey, I think jerky was expensive even before inflation hit so badly. It had gone up
that's
already.
true. But man, I do love good jerky's hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of my favorite snacks.
Well, it's also National Peanut Butter Cookie Day.
So, which is my favorite cookie.
You might have to let them fight it out over your favorite, but it's a delicious day either way. Right now, Love Island USA is trending, one of the top trending topics. It's a new reality show. I'm not totally familiar. It sounds like The Bachelor, but maybe a little trashier, like because everybody's hooking up with each other. I'm not really sure, but I just see a lot of bikinis, a lot of swimsuits, a lot of beautiful people.
Yeah. Somebody from the area here is on Concord, North Carolina, is on Love Island.
Love that. A man or a woman?
Female.
Okay.
A female. I don't know who she is. I saw an article. There was a picture of her. I don't really remember much about it, so I haven't seen this episode yet. But I'm sure my wife will fill me in when I get home.
We gotta hear about the woman from Concord. BTS is trending. The first member of BTS is out of the military today. And if you don't know, that's the K-pop group with 7 guys in it. They're all in the military because every South Korean adult has to serve in the military before they're 30. Well, they were called the biggest band in the world, and then they had to separate to go to the military. Well, the first guy is back now, and to celebrate, he's giving out 1,000 free hugs to people.
Nice.
Yay.
So I'm trying to get on a flight to South Korea. I want a free hug. Imagine hugging 1,000 strangers. Does that sound fun?
Not to me, because I mean, you know, a major percentage of them are going to be gross.
Would you hug 1,000 members of the radio family if that was like?
I would.
Oh, you would?
Of course.
Yeah, I would.
Oh,
I'm not.
okay. Well, then it's
You know
not
what?
so weird.
We should make this the summer of 1,000 hugs.
Okay.
Make that our goal. That we collectively will hug 1,000 members of the Ace and TJ Radio family between now and Labor Day.
I don't want those people coming to my house.
You know, who want people
to hug
all these
just strangers.
You got to go find them.
Oh well,
You got to hunt them down and hug them.
I'll get arrested for that.
We got to have events where everybody gets a hug upon entry.
Well, 1,000 people. We're gonna have to do like 1,000 events.
Well,
that's the
we
case.
got to get started. Yeah, we got to get started
upon entry. It'd be the same person at every stop.
It might be.
Yeah.
Ace and TJ's summer of 1,000 hugs.
You just knock out all 1,000 with one person, and you're good.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good with a stalker. With a baby reindeer situation going on.
Yeah. Speaking of Baby Reindeer, that is now officially like one of the top 5 most viewed series ever on Netflix. They just announced that yesterday.
It's very good.
Yeah, TJ was into it as well.
Yeah, and that woman is a great actress. I mean, she's just really good. The one who plays the lead in it.
Yeah, I hope she gets more parts because you don't want to be like a one-hit wonder where you're a crazy stalker.
Right.
Like, hopefully she gets more parts.
The guy in Baby Reindeer, that's the guy, right?
Yes.
He lived that experience.
Right.
So-
That's why in the beginning of it, he says something about being in my mid-20s and da-da-da-da. And you look at him and go, dude, you're pushing 40. There's no way you're in your mid-20s.
Nice try.
Yeah, because it happened back then. He still played the part.
So those are just a few things that are now trending.
There is something that's out there that I'm absolutely head over heels in love with today, and it may get the next segment pulled from our podcast. I don't know. And I've asked Rob, and he's like, I don't know either. We're not sure how the law works on this. Next, hang on.
Available 24/7 on the free Ace and TJ Family app.
Download it from the App Store.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Before we get to this thing that I'm absolutely in love with, I am sad today. I was reliving a historic moment from last year, and it's not going to happen this year for our man Joey Chestnut.
In second place,
with 63 hot dogs and buns, Takeru Kobayashi.
Chestnut has done it!
In first place with 66 hot dogs and buns, Joey Chestnut!
I had forgotten that last year, after winning the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, setting a world record that he ate with 66 hot dogs in less than 10 minutes, hot dogs and buns, that Joey Chestnut, I think, got engaged on camera in front of everybody. And like, you know, and thousands of people show up. They'll have 10,000 people in the street for this event every year. But sadly, Joey Chestnut, world champion eater, 16-time Nathan's hot dog eating champion, and 8-time defending champion. He's won it the last 8 years in a row. Not participating this year because he endorsed a different brand of hot dog.
But not really hot dogs. Meatless hot dogs.
Impossible dogs or
He's
whatever.
daggum traitor is what he is.
But that's what I was thinking until I found out Nathan's has a brand of that line of those meatless hot dogs too. And then I'm like, who cares?
Everybody's
They've all
daggum
gone
traitor.
to pot, as they say.
So there's something that's out that I'm no fan of AI, but this is kind of fun stuff that I think you like. What, Rob? What are you laughing at?
I'm not a fan of AI.
Well, I am a fan of it in some
time
ways.
and time again.
Like, you can work it with companies and all. I don't like robots. I think we're treading dangerous territory here, and we're all going to end up enslaved one
We don't
day.
need no dang droids. We don't need none of that.
Yes, that is correct. That's what I believe, Rob. Say what you want. But 50 Cent posted an AI mashup that makes me laugh, and I love it. Now, here's the one I said I don't know if they're going to pull this or not, because we can play it on the radio all we want to. But on podcasts, you can't play copyrighted music. But this is AI generated, so it's not even real. So we don't even know. I don't know. We don't know. So if you're listening if you go back to hear this on our podcast or whatever, it may or may not be on there today. We're about to find out. But it is the great Conway Twitty. You know, hello, darling. Nice to see you. Performing 50 Cents in the club, generated by AI. It is spectacular. I love it.
You can find me in the club, a bottle full of bub. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're into getting rubbed. Go shoddy, it's your birthday, we're gonna party like it's your birthday. When I pull out out front, you see the bands on the dubs. When I roll 20 deep, it's 20 nights in the club. My flow, my show brought me the dough that bought all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels, and tight-fitting jeans.
That's great.
That is one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life.
That's funny. Funny.
Love it.
Okay, that AI, I'm fine with that.
It's Conway Twitty AI.
That's awesome and entertaining. I love it.
If you restrict your AI to not do that other stuff and just mix songs, I'm in.
Just do that. It'll make me laugh all day. I'm in for it. Oh, there's a comedian who's come up with an idea. I think it's brilliant. 2 words from a song that will tell you what generation you're in. And it works. You can test this on everybody. I'll explain that.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
There's a comedian. Her name is Tess Tregalis, and she's going viral for a bit where she says there are 2 words that when sung to you will tell you what generation you're in. It's a partial lyric that will reveal what generation you're in. All right, here we go. Just take this.
I'm going to sing a part of a lyric, and then you're going to sing the other part. Hey now.
Stop right there. Hey now. or hey now are the two words. How would you respond? What would be your follow-up?
You're an all-star.
Yeah.
Get your game on.
That's what I go with too, and that's where she's flawed a little bit, but that's correct. Here's what she gives you. She gives you 3. If you are a Gen X, supposedly, hey now would be followed with, hey now, don't dream it's over. The Crowded House
That was
song.
the second thing that came to my mind.
That was mine too. Number 1, Smash Mouth. Hey now, of course, you're an all-star. Get your game on. If you're Gen Z, there's a Hillary Duff song from the Lizzie McGuire movie that apparently is what you would sing. But her flaw though is once you're a parent, it's like isn't All Star in the Shrek movies? Yeah. So you're gonna have heard it a bajillion times as a parent.
I think it's a different Smash Mouth song. And
it's
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
Yeah, the Monkees remake. I'm a believer. But All Star
might be in there too.
No, All Star is in the first one.
Yeah. But we played that on the radio.
Yeah.
As adults, and she doesn't account for like in my situation with the Crowded House song. I didn't like white people music back then, so I barely listened to any white people music. I know that song obviously because I'm well-rounded genius, but that's not my go-to one when you give that lyric.
No, and you can't account for everything. She can't account for the fact that you didn't like white people music back then.
Yeah.
There's only so much
she's got to be more diverse.
She's flawed.
Yeah, you said it yourself, Ace. She's flawed.
It is flawed
and ugly.
I didn't say she was ugly. I don't even know what she looks like. I do love that Crowded House song though.
I love that song too.
When I'm trying to kind of Crowded House and Squeeze are a couple of '80s go-tos when I'm trying to kind of keep it light around the house for Dax.
Okay. How does Squeeze go?
Squeeze, black coffee in bed.
Tempted by the fruit of another.
That's Squeeze?
Yes, that's Squeeze.
Act like you don't know.
I didn't know that. You don't hear much about Squeeze anymore.
You didn't hear a lot about them then either. So.
Oh, no?
No, they had the 2. Actually, 1.5.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I think we should bring back calling your significant other your squeeze.
My squeeze. My main squeeze.
My main squeeze.
Let's bring that back.
70s? Was that a 70s thing? Your main squeeze?
No, I think maybe that was 80s. That was
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
what?
That's a first. Real know-it-all.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Nothing in our world would ever be the same because of what happened on this day 30 years ago. Anybody know? How old were you 30 years ago today, Riggins?
4. All right, 6.
1994. You were 6 years old. Rob, you were 8 years old?
I was 8 years old.
It was on this day that Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman were killed.
Oh.
And that's, I mean, everything changed after that because that launched all the whole, the O.J. Chase came a couple of days later and all the chaos and the controversy and over, a year and a half of trial and everything. Yeah, 30 years ago today is when that whole thing began.
Her sisters were just on the Entertainment Tonight or something the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they asked, do you think he did it? She goes, I'm not going to say because they've got kids. Or he's got kids.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, O.J.'s dead. Yeah.
Right, because I know for a fact that he killed them as well as some others.
Mm-hmm. He was a serial killer.
Spill the OJ, the tea.
You can say anything about dead people.
Just kidding.
I like that. Spill the OJ. I like that.
Okay, let me give you a scenario that I was became familiar with recently, because I know someone who has a bit of a problem, and they're trying to figure out what to do. They have their daughter's, their old next door neighbor's daughter, some people that lived next to for years, are getting married, but the couple moved to Minnesota. The wife is dead set she's going to this wedding, and she's driving. He's like, look, there's nothing I can do until after work on Friday. So he would have to fly. Flight, I think it's like $560, $563 to fly to Minneapolis. But he has also learned that this couple that they knew for years that they're going to all this hassle for to go to their daughter's wedding did not give their daughter a wedding gift when she got married last year. And so now he's like, why would I go and spend $560-something when you didn't get my daughter a wedding gift? So he said, we're going to spend all this money. My wife's going to drive. I'm going to meet her up there. And
it's in Minneapolis.
And I got to fly to Minneapolis. Ugh. And then I've got to, we're going to spend a couple $100 on a wedding gift? No.
Oh. I think that's, whether you really feel that way or not, it's a way out, which is what you should be looking for around any corner. Meaning
you let he just lets his wife go by herself? Like, if you want to go, that's fine, but I'm not going.
No, he should do something where she can't leave, like mess with the car or something.
Okay.
If she won't listen to any reason,
My thought was
she won't listen to reason.
She's crazy.
My thought was go, go be there. There's no gift. They didn't give your daughter a gift. Do the same thing. Just go and don't give them a gift.
Hell yeah.
But the gift is all that money to travel there.
Yeah, but they are still your friends. So you kind of feel like you need to go.
Are they, Ace?
I think so.
Doesn't sound like what friends would do if you're asking me.
No, I would agree.
They would give a gift.
That certainly wasn't friendly.
Yeah.
To not give a gift.
And I mean, really, it's the wife, I guess, more so, because they're the ones responsible for that kind of thing. Getting wedding gifts and stuff like that.
Right.
So.
It's really, he's only really angry at her. At the wife and not the husband.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Christian McCaffrey is on the cover of Madden 25. That was announced yesterday.
Good.
So excited to hear that.
Yeah, you guys like him.
Yeah, love him. First running back on the cover of Madden since 2013, I believe they said.
Yeah. He's best running back in the league since 2013.
Yeah.
I love when the underdog wins stuff like that.
He's an underdog?
Yep.
Love that. Looking like that, can you ever be an underdog?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
He is a good-looking man.
Does he? What is the Madden curse, Rob?
Typically, they get injured or they have to miss significant time if they're on the cover for the
the very next year.
Yeah. Josh Allen was on it last year, and I don't think he did though. I think he may have.
Oh, so you're saying there is a flaw in that research?
Josh Allen broke the curse.
It's not 100%.
It's not a real curse.
I don't know. He broke the curse. Okay.
Yeah. An update on the man Corey Harris. He was the guy that was facing the driving with a suspended license charge while appearing in front of the judge.
Driving
in his car. He was spotted. He's in Michigan. He was spotted getting his learner's permit the other day. So he's taking all the right steps to finally get his license.
Well, I guess. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
44 years old, get a driver's license.
Oh my God.
House of the Dragon Season 2 premieres this Sunday. A lot of people very excited for that. I being one of them. I'm not going to stay up and watch it. I don't like it that much, but I'm going to watch this one.
Question, Season 1 was a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're taking years to make this show.
I think they didn't start filming Season 2 until after Season 1 finished, and there's a lot of work to do on these things.
Whatever. I know that it takes a long time to get all those dragons in one place to film a whole show. So,
and they can't
logistic.
They can't work too many hours of the day because of animal cruelty and laws and things like that. So the dragons aren't allowed to work more than a couple hours at a time, and then they have to rest and the whole thing.
Yeah, they're part of the union, so just like the regular people. And then Joey Chestnut is trending this morning. He is the competitive eater who's always the star of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on July 4th. Nathan says they're not going to have him at the contest this year because of his partnership with a vegan brand. And a lot of people saying it's a publicity stunt, but it's good publicity. I think it's fun. Let's see if he shows up at the hot dog. He's the star.
Yeah, this is one of those things. It's a hot dog eating contest. Do we really care if it's a publicity stunt? If they're having fun with it, who cares?
No, not at all. Yeah, no one's feelings are going to be hurt. I just love the hot dog eating contest. I think it's so fun. I learned something about living in New York yesterday that was mind-blowing. I'll share it next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I learned two interesting little facts, and maybe it's only interesting to me, but I think you might enjoy this. Number one, you guys grew up in Louisiana. How far were you from Biloxi, Mississippi?
Probably I was about 5 hours or so.
Okay, so within driving distance.
In college, it's about 90 miles.
Easy trip to make.
About 90 miles from Biloxi.
Making the car.
Yeah.
They have something called Biloxi-style pizza. Are you familiar with Biloxi-style pizza?
No.
Regular pizza topped with French dressing.
Oh.
Apparently, it's a thing. There's been an entire article written about it in all the restaurants that serve this style of pizza.
Yeah.
You've heard of Detroit-style pizza. You've heard of New Haven in Connecticut, New Haven-style pizza. I've never heard of Biloxi-style pizza with French dressing on top.
That does sound very Biloxi. Though.
Does it? In what way?
In the way that it's gross.
I don't know a thing about Biloxi. Is it? I'm assuming large people.
I don't know. That's the first beach I ever went to.
Oh,
was
Biloxi?
Biloxi Beach. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
And it's not a tropical paradise. It's okay.
It's the Walmart of beaches.
It's
okay. All right. That's interesting.
It's several steps above Galveston, Texas beaches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just an older town.
Yeah, I mean, I'll dip my pizza in ranch dressing. You know what? French dressing is just another ballgame, but apparently a lot of people enjoy that.
I haven't been to Biloxi in forever, so it may have changed.
Okay. The other thing I learned is everybody knows when you live in New York, you do this one thing. There was a video that was posted that says, if you know, you know. It shows a woman walking around her apartment. She said, I'm about to take a trip, and if you're from New York, you know, you know. She's walking around her apartment and taking glasses and bowls, walking to all the bathrooms and the sinks, and placing the bowls over the drains, one by one. Bathroom, kitchen, sink in the laundry room, second bathroom, over the drain in the shower. Do you know why they're doing that?
To keep bugs out of it?
To keep the roaches from crawling out of the drains while you're away. Apparently, no matter where you live, in the nicest high-rise or in the worst part of New York, in the dumpiest little apartment, everybody does this when they leave for more than 3 days. They put bowls over their drains to keep the roaches from coming out.
Yeah. Well, again, that sounds about right.
So lack of use over the course of a couple of days causes the roaches to come up?
I guess.
Because New York's nasty. Ooh. Everything about it's nasty.
But the bowls can keep, because they're packs, they could probably move the bowls, right?
I didn't think about that. You're right. If they form some sort of union, some sort of agreement. Let's move this bowl.
Look, this is the Ace and TJ Show.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Now, I don't think... Oh, you all right, TJ? Water down the wrong pipe. Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I learned something. I don't think everybody in Louisiana is poor. I don't know where that started. I was just simply making the observation that you don't become the 49th poorest state in the country without having a lot of poor people in it. I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption. I don't think everybody in Louisiana is poor.
That's fair. I thought I'm pretty sure you said if everybody in Louisiana is poor.
Definitely did not say that.
You definitely did say that.
Well, in my defense,
that's where it came from.
Yeah, I just assumed you were joking.
In my defense, there's a ton of poor people there. There has to be.
Yeah.
Just based on the numbers. But poor people growing up poor often don't realize that they're poor. This woman had a shocking realization when she found out she was growing up poor. And she tells this long story, but here's the base of it. She says she's 16 years old, gets a job at Burger King. And after a couple of days of working there, they give her a second shirt. And she goes, now they give you one shirt for free, but if you want another shirt, you have to purchase it. She said they gave her a second shirt for free, and she was confused as to why. But she was thankful that they did it. She would get mustard and ketchup stains on it. So she would take it home, wash the shirts. And then after a couple weeks there, they pulled her into the office and they said, is everything okay? We've noticed some burns on you. And she goes, what? And they turn her around and they take a picture of her shirt and show it to her. And she does have burn marks on the back of her shirt. And she goes, oh, no, that's just because after we wash our clothes, we dry them in the oven. You know, like when you use the oven to heat up your house.
Yeah.
And there was a police officer in the office and the manager, and they both looked at her like she had two heads. Like, no, we don't know what you're talking about, how you dry clothes in the oven. We've never heard of that before.
Crazy.
I certainly have never had that.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
She said she used to go to school and people would say, you smell like food. And she never really understood what that meant. It's because she was drying her clothes in the oven.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't realize that they were poor by the time she was 16?
I guess not. She said, I just thought everybody did it this way. So when did you realize when you were younger that you were poor or you didn't have as much money as everybody else? Was there a shocking revelation that you learned that? We'll find out coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. But we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Just a heads up, we're giving away that Omaha Steaks Father's Day package on Friday. All you got to do is sign up for Ace TJ Prime Rewards at acetj.com/prime. You can play rewards right there on our free Ace and TJ family app. And this Omaha Steaks gift box for Father's Day is incredible. It's got a ton of stuff in it. And we're just giving it away if you play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. So acetj.com/prime or get the app and play rewards today. So when did you realize that you were poor? When you were young, was there sort of a eye-opening situation that made you realize, like, oh yeah, I'm poor? And Rob just shared one during the commercial. Well, tell that story again, Rob.
I thought you said he didn't want to tell it.
Oh, he didn't want to tell it?
Yeah.
I'll tell it for him. But there's a lot of these stories. It wasn't even bad. It wasn't embarrassing or anything like that.
Get into it, yeah.
Yeah. Danny said, I realized I was poor when my mom would send us down to the Union Mission for the government cheese. I don't even know what that means.
Well, the government has programs, and they for poor people they hand out cheese and rice and things like that. Sometimes staples that can last.
Okay.
So you can eat. So if you're getting the government cheese, then you're struggling.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Justin said, when I got older and I wasn't eating fried bologna sandwiches or sliced cheese on bread broiled in the oven to make cheese toast, that's when I realized. I don't know, that sounds pretty delicious to me.
I still make cheese toast like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't mean you're poor. That's pretty good.
And a fried bologna sandwich, that sounds awesome. There's some other things here.
Amanda's got to go. She said the teacher made a statement that most households had 2 vehicles in the late 80s. And that was when this person realized, or when she realized they were a family of 8 with 1 car. She was like, maybe we don't have as much money as everybody else.
8 kids?
Yeah.
Holy
the average family of 4 has 2 cars. She's like, hang on, we're a family of 8 and we have 1 car. Maybe we're poor.
Poor people have a lot of kids.
Yeah, I realized that we were poor when I had run over a nail in my car, and my dad had it fixed instead of replacing all 4 tires.
Yeah, that is
right.
Broke.
Like, oh my God, we're poor.
Broke people behavior. Carmen said, I realized that we were poor when I was getting dressed by the stove. I don't even know what that means. It sounds awful. It sounds awful.
Because it's warm. It's only warm.
I guess because it's warm. Yeah. Holy.
My mom would do that a lot of times in the winter. It was really cold outside. She would, if you were in the kitchen, you'd leave the stove open. You could stand in there and kind of get warmed up a little bit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She also said, Carmen said, staying home by myself at 10 for 10 hours a day. My mom couldn't afford daycare. We were 10. You were fine.
Yeah, you were driving at that
point,
at 10,
right? I stayed home all the time by myself.
Yeah, these are fun. At the Ace TJ Show.
It's the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.